20-year-old Barbara Jane Mackle lived a life that many envies. She was the daughter of millionaire Robert F. Mackle of the Deltona Corporation, had a wonderful boyfriend, and was completing her studies at Emory University in Atlanta. Everything was going according to plan until Gary Krist entered the picture in 1968 and tried to ruin everything, all for the sake of money. On December 17, 1968, Barbara had the flu, so her mother Jane Mackle cared for her in a small hotel in Atlanta near Barbara's University. While inside the hotel bedroom, Krist knocked on their door pretending to be a police officer. As soon as Jane opened the door, Krist and his girlfriend, Ruth Eisenman Shire, bound and gagged Jane, and forced Barbara at the back of their station wagon. The couple drove to a remote forest near Norcross, Georgia, and led Barbara inside a hidden, underground room that Krist built. At the bottom of the trench was a fiberglass box. It had a pump and two plastic pipes that gave Mackle air from outside. Krist took a photograph of Mackle lying down in the trench while holding a handwritten sign that read, "Kidnapped, to be used for a ransom note." Krist sealed it, and covered it with dirt, and spent the following days trying to secure ransom money from Barbara's father. Robert made all necessary effort to get her daughter back. Krist and Eisenman Shire contacted him and demanded a ransom of $500,000, in exchange for his daughter's safe return. The kidnappers specified that the ransom was to be put in a suitcase, and that Robert had to make the drop in the woods alone. The business tycoon already asked assistance from the FBI. As soon as he received the money, he called the FBI and disclosed where Barbara was buried alive. Over 100 FBI agents went to the scene to find Barbara. On the morning of December 20th, after being underground for 83 hours, Mackle's burial site was located by searchers. They dug up the box, and Barbara Mackle emerged and assured everyone that she was unharmed, a factor that may have spared Krist the death penalty. Krist and Eisenman Shire split up after they took off and still hadn't been located. FBI agents were able to track down the Volvo that Krist had abandoned. Paperwork inside the car led them to identify both Krist and Eisenman Shire. Within 24 hours, Krist was captured off the coast of Florida in a speedboat he had purchased with a portion of the ransom money. Eisenman Shire was captured soon after. She was eventually sentenced to 7 years in prison before being paroled and deported to her native Honduras. 2 months after his capture, Krist was sentenced to life in prison. But the story didn't end there. After 10 years, Krist was released on parole. He was allowed to attend medical school. Krist worked as a physician in Indiana until 2003, when he failed to disclose a disciplinary action he received, thus costing him his license. In 2006, he was arrested off the coast of Alabama when police found over 30 pounds of cocaine in a sailboat he was chartering. He pleaded guilty to drug smuggling and, despite his prior history, was only sentenced to 5 years in prison. As for Barbara Mackle, she ended up marrying her college boyfriend, Stuart Hunt Woodward. The couple had 2 children, and were married for 43 years until Woodward's death in 2013.